Rob.
Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the BatmanUniverse.net. We're taking a look at DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Knight Nightwing figure. This is figure 5, technically figure 6 if you throw in Red Hood since he was out in wave 1. But anyway, this is wave 2 figure, the first figure from the wave. And he's been out about 2 weeks now, I believe, at the time I'm recording this. Since I'm late, it'll probably seem like 3 weeks. But anyway, here we are. This was a figure, this wave I thought was going to be a really, really solid wave when they announced it. And the one figure that I was the least excited about in design and kind of the way he looked was the Nightwing figure. The Robin figure I think looks great. He comes out this coming Wednesday, which today is November 11th, so that's a week from today's when he should be out. And I thought Robin looked great, Commissioner Gordon looked great, Catwoman looked great, and Nightwing I kind of thought in the preview images was kind of meh a little bit. I still really wasn't loving the new Nightwing costume, the upgrade he got from Arkham City. A part of me really thinks the Arkham City costume, they really nailed it. It kind of had that armored look to it and still represented his comic look very faithfully. But the more I've been playing Arkham Knight, and the more I am seeing this figure, the more I am really, really digging this particular version of Nightwing. I think they did a really, really good job. His articulation is right on par with Batman and the Red Hood, unfortunately not the Arkham Knight, but still a really, really solid figure. And just the little detail that is in this figure, you can kind of miss it until you actually really get it in hand. Just kind of looking, maybe even here on camera until I probably get in closer. Just kind of seeing it in the store, I kind of miss some things. And even in the video game, as detailed as the video game was, I missed some of the nuances that are in the costume until I saw an action figure for him. Then when you go into the game, into the showcase, you can zoom in real tight. And they nailed this figure look right, I would say almost 100% as to the character design in the actual video game. So I got him in his GCPD DLC pose right there. I really, really dig this figure. I think this is a solid wave, and one that if you're kind of on the fence about Nightwing, pick him up just right off the bat in the beginning of this video. The more I've been kind of playing around with him the last day or so since I got him out of the package, I am really, really loving the sculpt on this Nightwing. There are a couple things that I'm still not 100% sold on the mask. The mask is a separate piece. Initially, I think some of us thought during the game and some of the images that the mask was actually connected to his neck, kind of like Batman's costume would. The mask cowl-ish is a separate piece, and if I edit the video right, I will put in some video or some still images that I found of the costume that kind of shows that the mask is a separate piece. Here's some of the images I'm talking about. You can see right underneath the ear and the back part of the collar, there's a close-up. And if you look closely, you can see like a second mask right around his eyes, so that's an interesting choice. Here is another image from the GCPD Lockdown DLC, and then you can clearly see the separation right underneath the ear. Again, I hope I found those photos, or this little slight pause is going to seem really weird. But probably my two major gripes with the overall design of the Nightwing costume is I wish here in the video game it's like little leather strappings that kind of expand right in here coming off the blue. I wish those strappings were blue, and I think everybody wishes that the stripe would have proceeded all the way down to his knuckles like his traditional Nightwing costume did. Other than that, I absolutely love the updated version of the Nightwing costume. Even in this way with the mask and the blue that they put on here, I still really, really like it. And the more that I've been looking at this figure, the more I'm kind of liking it over the Arkham City Nightwing. And I've got to agree with Automatica. I like the head on this Nightwing much better. I will do a comparison of the two side by side. And that Nightwing head is huge. We thought the Mattel head was really huge. I believe that the Arkham City, excuse me, the Mattel Arkham City Nightwing head was really huge. The DC Collectibles Nightwing head is a little bit smaller, but in proportion to all three, I believe they got the scale right on this Nightwing as far as his head goes and everything else, but just some really, really good detail in the costume. And sometimes just being like a predominantly black suited figure, sometimes they chintz out in character design, and you can see all the different platings, and there's some gunmetal in here around the elbows and coming down off the gauntlet. There is some blue in here right at the wrists. There is some blue coming off the top part of the boots. I think there's another blue spot somewhere that I was not aware of. I guess that's it. I thought there was another one. I'll probably find it during the review. But Nightwing traditionally does not have a utility belt, but they gave him a modest utility belt with a few pouches, and I think it actually works really, really well. The blue is a nice metallic blue too, and I like the way it kind of glistens and shines. I really think that the DC Collectibles Arkham Knight figures are some of the best painted DC Collectibles figures to date. The paint is top notch on all of them. Regardless, some of the figures may not move as great as we would like them to. In far as sculpt and painting, every single figure is the gem of the wave. I cannot wait till next week till Robin and Commissioner Gordon come out. 2015 is going to be a very, very hard year to do in review of my favorite figures from 2015. Really, really cool. The sculpting of the hair I think is really good. It looks kind of funny that it stops abruptly right there. I wish they would have kind of given him more of a crew cut towards the back. It does hinder some of the mobility in the head, and we'll get into that in a second. As you can see, we're looking at the back here. There are no spots to put the Eskrima sticks. In the slideshow, again, that I haven't edited in, you can see that where he has them in. I've thought about, here's the Arkham City Nightwing. I've thought about getting a second one of these and trying to remove these clips and to put them on this figure somewhere. I mean, I'm probably going to have the Eskrima sticks in his hand, but I would have loved to have had them up here somewhere. We have his, since I'm talking about Eskrima sticks, here's the miniature version that's collapsible, that he kind of does like Robin's staff that kind of opens up when he snaps it. These would have been really good to have a little hole dremeled in the back of him that these would have pegged down in. They would have looked fantastic. You could have sat the normal Eskrima sticks on the shelf and then just had these up here if you wanted to do a non Eskrima sticks in his hand. So he does throw these in the video game. Kind of, it's impractical, kind of like a boomerang. They kind of bounce around and hit all the different thugs that come back to him. But hey, it's Batman, so we're going to allow it. So it's great that they gave us these accessories. We've got 2 of these, and then 2 Eskrima sticks. But other than putting him in his hands, and it's a Nightwing. We want him to be able to holster them and all that type of stuff. So that's kind of a little bit of a knock that. It's not a huge knock. I mean, the figure looks great. I am absolutely pleased with it as far as the way he is sculpted and the way that he moves. But just that little extra touch just would have made this Nightwing figure almost damn near perfect. I like this Nightwing that much. I know I have him in the review lights here. You can kind of see the 5 o'clock. It's not even a 5 o'clock. I think Olivia said like a 3 o'clock shadow. You can see just a little bit of stubble on his chin. Some of the preview pictures, it did look like it was a little bit darker than what it actually is in person. He does have the pouting lips a little bit, but just the detail in the face, his eyes look really, really good. His hair, perfect. I love the hair on this Nightwing. Aside from the back is the only part that I don't like. But just in the detailing and the sculpt in the back here, since we're zoomed in really close, just like the extra Kevlar plating in the back part of the neck, and you can kind of see some of the other strappings going down in. I mean, they really detailed. Even the little buttons or little extra straps and clasps right there. The clasps on the belt, even on the edge of the Eskrima sticks. The knuckle dusters. I mean, this is a beautifully sculpted figure. From every angle, I think this figure looks fantastic. I would tell you, I'm surprised. He's probably going to make my top 10 this year. I like this figure that much. Really, really good. Now that we've kind of gawked at the figure for a while, let's look at articulation. I do want to bring up the hands real quick. I've got his Eskrima sticks in his hands. I'm not going to take them out. They come out, but boy, are they a pain in the... I'm sorry to say it this way, pain in the ass to hold. I had to do like Olivia said and do the boiling hot water trick to soften up his hands to get him in there. Now that I've got him in, and since he can't holster them anywhere else, I'm not going to take him out for quite a while. The Arkham City Eskrima sticks, they've kind of updated the sculpt on them. There really is no blue on the City sticks. So I like, that's where the other blue was. Dude, I told you there was more blue. So you can see where they put the blue there for the electricity coming in from the top. I always liked these from this City, but the Arkham Knight wins it out again. So very cool. All right, now let's get to look at the articulation on this guy. So the head does go in a full 360. He can't look up, and I think that's just due to where the ball peg is, and the hair comes down a little bit too far. I mean, not as long as the City, and there you can kind of see the City Nightwing's big head, but he can look down very, very well. So if he's looking down at the Penguin, he can make eye contact with the Penguin. Has the tilt to the left and the right, which is really nice. The arms do go at a full 90 degree, which when I first got him out of the package, I didn't think he did. And just in the sculpting up here, I would think this blue part of the triangle I thought was going to get in the way, but it really kind of seats down inside of the shoulder. So that's very, very cool. The arms go all the way around. Has a turn at the bicep. Double jointed elbows, which this one is a little stiff. So there we go. How cool is that double jointed elbow? Fantastic. No turn at the gauntlet, but there is a wrist rotation. As I said that word really weird. Has this upper diaphragm swivel, so we can turn at the waist up here, at the upper waist of the diaphragm, and turn at the lower waist. So you can get some pretty interesting poses out of Nightwing. It's not a really solid ab crunch. It moves slightly. It doesn't move hardly back at all the way this plating is in the back here. As you saw, there's the waist swivel. The new DC Collectibles, I really call them, they're T-joints in a sense. Gone is the clear plastic peg, that's great. Has the upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot rotation, and hinge and ankle rocker. This Nightwing figure has got it going on in spades as far as sculpt and posability. Just a solid, solid, solid figure. So, of course, I would like to bring up the Arkham City Nightwing figure, which you just recently saw, and we'll take a look at the two side by side. Alright, here are the two Nightwings side by side. I still really like the Arkham City Nightwing figure. Now having the Arkham Knight Nightwing figure, my favorite is the Arkham Knight Nightwing figure. A lot of knights there. There's still quite a bit about this figure I like. I love the color of the blue here. Of course, the stripe going all the way down. I do prefer the mask over this one. I like this mask, but I still like the traditional Nightwing mask. The head is just too big. Initially, I thought, well, I don't know if I like this head when I saw the preview images. You know, I'll take this Nightwing head off, and then I'll have a perfect Nightwing. Seeing the two side by side, I really think this head is 100 times better than this one. I know I might not be in the popularity contest by saying that, but as far as sculpt and the hair is done very, very well. I still really like the hair on this one, the Knight. But, I mean, look at the size of the head here going profile. I mean, night and day. His jaw line looks so long. I don't know if I was just blind during his initial review. The more I'm looking at it, the more I don't like this head. And I said I like the mask, but even just looking at it on camera, I'm starting to really change my mind. And this Nightwing's head is in a fixed position looking down. Like he's looking, hey, you got a utility belt. I don't have one. You know, this Nightwing can make eye contact with this Nightwing's hairline. So, yeah, I mean, in one hand, I'm saying I really like this Nightwing. On the other hand, I'm starting to see some of the problems with the figure that maybe I just didn't want to see just because the paint looked so good. And, I mean, he's not a bad figure. You know, from this angle, he looks actually really pretty good. And he's on model with his video game counterpart. I just think that they did a much, much better job in the sculpt with this one. Gentle Giants is doing this, I believe, the whole entire series for the Arkham Knight. I'm not entirely sure. I think a different series of artists and sculptors did the various waves and sometimes individual figures, so that's why things aesthetically in the Arkham City line didn't always quite match up. So let's see how Nightwing looks with Batman. These two look really, really good together. Took a scene from the video game and tried to reenact it here. They look excellent together. I cannot wait to get the whole entire Bat family up here, and to know that eventually we're going to be getting an Oracle and a Barbara Gordon action figure. I can't wait. This is going to be so, so cool. Let's bring up one of the other Robins up here, since Tim's not here, but we do have Jason, and there's Batman, Nightwing, and Red Hood together. I think they look absolutely fantastic. The Red Hood figure is a little bit taller than the Nightwing figure. I think due to just the way that Nightwing is made over, I guess more importantly, I should say, the way the Red Hood figure is made. He doesn't quite have the same joints in the legs that Batman and Nightwing do. Not that that should be an excuse, but at the same time, I don't quite remember what Dick and Jason's heights both actually are. So Jason, for all we know, could be a little bit taller. I've always kind of thought that Dick probably is older than Jason, but probably not by much. Again, I think all three of these look really cool. It's going to be great to get Robin up here from the Arkham Knight. So I am very, very pleased with the Nightwing figure. Final thoughts on Nightwing. Absolutely a must get. If you like the video game and you're a fan of the Nightwing character, I think this is a really, really cool figure. A little bit different. Not a whole lot, just a little bit different a take on the Nightwing costume to make it worth the buy just for that. And I think the sculpting is great. Gentle Giant Studios did a fantastic job with the sculpt on this figure. And I like getting figures like this where initially you're like, well, I'm going to get it because I'm a completist and I want all of the Arkham Knight figures. Getting them in hand makes me really go, I am so glad that I bought this figure. And I didn't even pre-order it. I pre-ordered Robin and Nightwing, or Robin and Commissioner Gordon, and thought, well, I'll pick up Catwoman and Nightwing later on. And I'm so glad that after watching Olivia's review, that her review talked me into picking him up right away as opposed to waiting on him. So today we've been taking a look at DC Collectibles figure number 5 in the Batman Arkham Knight line. It is, of course, Nightwing. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the BatmanUniverse.net signing off saying we will see you guys next time. everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net, and today we're taking a look at DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Knight Falling Over figures. Mr. Falling Over figure. Thanks. Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's... Let's try this again. Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net, and today we're bringing you, what am I saying? Bastard. Let's just keep recording. Let's do that. Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net, and today we're taking a look at the Batman Arkham Knight Nightwing figure brought to us by... Why am I saying that? Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net. I have no idea what the hell to say. He's going to fall over again, I know it. Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net. Fart in a fart. Take 1433. Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net. Tonight we're taking... What is this, a TV show? Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net. Ass hat. Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe.net. We're taking a look at the DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Knight Nightwing action figure from oh, motherfucker, I was close.